It happened on a Tuesday. The sun rose just as it always had, golden light across the American heartland. But something was wrong. A deep, unsettling quiet had fallen. The mighty Mississippi, the great river, was gone. Not low, not trickling, vanished. A colossal, muddy scar stretched from the northern woods of Minnesota through the mid-Mississippi corridor down to the Gulf of Mexico. It was as if a giant had held its breath. The nation's circulation had stopped. The river, once constant, was now an absence, a profound, terrifying void. The Mississippi River was America's main artery for heavy commerce. Think of it as a massive, slow-moving conveyor belt, essential for the things that build and feed a nation. Every year, more than 500 million tons of cargo made its way up and down this waterway. We're talking about the fundamental building blocks of our economy. Mountains of grain, corn, soybeans, wheat grown in the fertile plains of the Midwest, destined for dinner tables all around the world. We're talking about vast quantities of coal and petroleum, the fuels that power our cities and factories, and we're talking about steel, cement, and fertilizer, the very stuff of construction and agriculture. This system worked because it was incredibly efficient. A single barge can carry the same amount of cargo as 70 large semi-trucks. An entire tow of 15 barges is equivalent to over 1,000 trucks rumbling down the highway. This scale meant that moving heavy goods by water was cheap. It kept the cost of a loaf of bread, a gallon of gas, and a bag of cement affordable for everyone. Farmers could sell competitively, manufacturers could source without breaking their budgets. Nowhere was the silence of the river felt more profoundly than across the great agricultural plains of the Midwest. For generations, farmers in states like Iowa, Illinois, and Minnesota have worked the land, feeding America and the world. Iowa, Illinois, Minnesota. Their business model, their very way of life, was built around the river. Come harvest, the barges would be waiting. The river was their affordable gateway to ports in Asia, Europe, and Africa. Without it, they were stranded. The immediate consequence would be economic ruin. Most farms operate on razor-thin margins where every penny counts. Shifting tons to pricier trucks and trains would erase those margins and then some. Profits flipped to losses on every bushel. Harvests would sit with no affordable way to sell. Foreclosure. Land lost after decades. When the farms fail, the towns fail with them. Beyond the farms, the disappearance of the Mississippi would send a crippling shockwave through America's industrial and energy sectors. The river fed the backbone of the modern economy. Along the Gulf Coast, Cancer Alley depends on riverborne crude, gasoline, diesel, plastics. Steel and manufacturing rely on barged coal, iron ore, and other bulk materials. Giants built on scale and efficiency chose the river for a reason. It was the cheapest, most reliable way to move staggering volumes. The sudden loss throws a wrench into finely tuned operations. Supply chains severed. Predictable flows become erratic and exorbitant, if available at all. Industrial output would plunge. Jobs lost across stable, well-paying sectors. Pain concentrated in key states, but felt everywhere. Costs rise. Availability of plastic containers and new cars declines. America's industrial engine would sputter and seize. The Mississippi River is far more than an economic highway. It is a profound force of nature. Its floods and steady flow of sediment built the vast fertile delta, one of the planet's most productive ecosystems. Marshes, swamps, barrier islands nurture fish and shellfish that sustain a vibrant seafood industry. And millions of migratory birds. A green line of defense softens hurricanes and storm surges, but the river's disappearance would end it. Without fresh water and silt, marshes die and salt surges inland. Plants perish, land sinks and erodes at astonishing rates. Lush green to barren water. Fisheries collapse. The delta's food web unravels. With wetlands gone, nothing slows a major hurricane. Great cities have always grown alongside great rivers. The Mississippi is no exception. Minneapolis, St. Paul, St. Louis, Memphis, Baton Rouge, New Orleans. A string of vibrant centers owed their culture and economy to the river, places of commerce and connection. Where the products of the heartland met global trade routes, thousands of livelihoods intertwined with the current. The busiest ports by tonnage would fall silent, ghost towns of empty cranes. Inland ports would share the same fate, direct jobs vanish in an instant. The damage spreads through trucking, logistics, and warehousing. The economic heart stops beating. People leave, home values plunge, tax bases evaporate, public services wither, culture frays, small businesses shutter. The music plays on, but mournfully. In any great disruption, there are those who lose and those who win, you know. Small farmers, river towns, and low-income families would bear the brunt. A few powerful entities would gain immense wealth and influence. Catastrophe for many, golden opportunity for the few. Major railroads become immediate winners. With barge traffic gone, they hold near monopoly over bulk movement. Grain, coal, chemicals, rail becomes the only game in town. With demand outstripping capacity, prices soar. They could name their price, and shippers would pay. Rail profits explode. Big logistics and trucking thrive, consolidating control. Smaller operators get squeezed out. Agribusinesses with capital buy rail access and favorable terms, and buy out struggling farms. Trade reconfigures toward coastal hubs. Wealth transfers from heartland to coasts. The disappearance would send shockwaves through global trade. The US is a breadbasket, the Mississippi is the spout. Roughly 60% of US grain exports flow to the Gulf. Corn, soy, and wheat feed distant continents. With the river gone, that status vanishes overnight. Importers pivot to Brazil, Argentina, and Ukraine. Market share lost is hard to win back. Our food diplomacy and soft power weaken. First, the acute crisis. Food prices spike, chains break, markets reel. Then, the chronic decline. Plants move, land changes hands, and trade maps shift for good. The nation settles into a diminished reality. Costs tally over years and decades as America finds a new, off-balance place in a changed world. In a crisis this monumental, panic is a luxury we cannot afford. Calm, deliberate response is the only way forward. First, stabilize a broken logistics network. Immediate investment in rail and roads. Add tracks, expand yards, and build truck-to-train hubs. A long-term nation-building effort, fast-tracked. Second, a lifeline to hardest-hit communities. Direct aid, emergency loans, price supports, and local markets. Retrain workers for the industries of the future. Third, protect and restore natural defenses. Divert fresh water and sediment. Rebuild marshes and reefs, jobs and protection together. Finally, prevent predatory behavior, enforce antitrust, strengthen food and energy aid. Rebuild better and more equitably. The loss of the Mississippi would wound the American soul. It would test our economy, our government, our sense of community. It would raise living costs, shift wealth and power, and hurt the vulnerable. But it would not break us. A nation is defined by the character of its people. A crisis this big is a chance to rethink and innovate. Invest in infrastructure, support our farmers and workers, protect our coasts, build a sustainable, diversified energy future. Use fewer raw inputs and locate closer to customers. Localize food systems to reduce vulnerability. Learn the lessons. Climate, water, and our impact demand better stewardship. Act locally and globally, together. From a dry, empty riverbed, a new river of hope can flow.